Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, class, shalom. Shalom. Shabbat, shalom to the 12 tribes of Israel. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Double honors to the ancient men and the elders who've been in this truth before us for decades and decades. Patiently laboring and waiting for the second coming of our Lord Yahushua. A hearty, mighty shalom to all of the mighty men of the Most High God who are out there on the highways and byways, pushing this truth, magnifying the ministry, presenting their bodies as a sacrifice, and enduring all things for the election. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to all of the men that may not be out there on the highways and byways as a gift, but they're working on it. They're getting good for the spirit, they're praying, they're fasting, they're studying, they're being diligent and abounding in the word of the Lord. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to the ancient men, the sisters out there holding down in the households, those who are married and those who are not married. Shalom to the children. Again, the elected officials scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, and everybody tuning in live. All
praises to the Most High for another Sabbath, right? A beautiful Sabbath service to do the groundbreaking for this mighty camp. We've been laboring for months and years on end, man. It's beautiful. It's an honor to be out here, as we always do in Acts chapter 18 and verse 4.
Acts chapter 18 and verse 4. And he reads it in the synagogue every Sabbath and persuaded the Jews and the Greeks.
Another Sabbath service to persuade Israel, those that they're Israel, to continue with the law, statutes, and commandments, faith, brotherly love, charity, right? All things to magnify the name of Yahweh Shah. And to those who are just finding out that they're Israel, to compel them to be in the church of Berea, to search the scriptures daily and diligently receive the words that be spoken in the mature now. Right? And the only way you can do that is through Philippians 4, verse 13.
Philippians chapter 4 and verse number 13. I can do all things through a Mashiach who strengthens me.
Right through the spirit of Yahweh Shah, we're able to stand 10 toes down for the doctrine we learned. Right, cast down false doctrine, not get tossed to and fro like a wave in the sea, and stand fervent and solid for the word of Yahweh Shah. Come.
All praise to the Most High God, man. You could get the book of Psalms chapter 133 and verse number 1. All praise that all the brothers got here safe. Right, we all in the spirit of Yahweh Shah. We made it to another Shabbat through the spirit and power of the Most High God. Bring that out, Tim.
Psalms chapter 133 and verse number 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Right, in unity, man. And that's what this lesson is about. Right, getting rid of spirits out of the church, establishing the church, magnifying the Most High, having unity amongst brothers. God. We're going to go. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 1, and let's start at verse number 10. So one of the spirits we're about to read about is in 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and 10. When you read the epistles of Paul, you have Romans, 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, Galatians, etc. You read these different epistles. Every epistle or every church had different opportunities where they could improve on. There was no church like the church of Corinth when it came to shortcomings. There are many things that the church of Corinth did that was displeasing in the eyes of the men that the Most High set up, Paul and Apollos, these different men, as well as in the eyes of Yahweh Shah. We don't want those spirits that befell the church of Corinth to befall the body. Come. We're going to do an analysis, for lack of better terms, on these spirits that was in the church of Corinth, examine them, and learn how these spirits can corrupt the church and how to avoid them. 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse number 10. Yeah. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, that you all speak the same thing.
That you all what?
That you all speak the same thing.
Thousand doctrines.
That you all speak the same thing.
That we all speak the same thing. Same doctrine, same understanding, same name of the Most High, same name of His Son Yahushua, right? Same brotherly love. Go on.
And that there be no divisions among you.
What was that spirit going on?
And that there be no divisions among you. But that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind and in the same judgment.
So one of the main spirits in the church of Corinth was what? Division. Right? The church of Corinth, one of the main spirits, demons, that the Apostle Paul targeted was the spirit of division. Right? Let's read on.
For it has been declared unto me of you, my brethren, by them which are of the house of Chloe.
Now, was it really the house of Chloe that reported this? It was the Most High. The Most High brought this to the Apostle Paul. Huh? All things come to light. So the house, this was so bad that the household of Chloe said, look, this stuff is getting out of hand. Right? That church in Corinth that you set up, go to real quick, Acts 19 real quick. Right, Bob Bishop. Right, real quick, Acts 19 and 1.
Acts chapter 19 and verse 1.
You know?
And it came to pass that while Apollos was at Corinth,
So Apollos was set up by the Apostle Paul to be a senior man in the church of Corinth. That's when you read the third, or this chapter, the first chapter, it says some men came of Paul, and even in the third chapter, and some men I come of Apollos. Why Apollos? Because back in Acts, Apollos was set up by the Apostle Paul. Right? Read on. Read from the top, Acts 19 and 1.
and it came to pass that while Apollos was at Corinth, Paul, having passed through the upper coast, came to Ephesus and finding certain disciples.
And finding certain disciples. Now go back to 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and read verse 11.
1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 11. For it has been declared unto me of you, my brothers, by them which are of the house of Chloe, that there are contentions among you.
So there are divisions and contentions, beefs in the church, right? And it doesn't specify what it was, but it doesn't matter, because that spirit should be in the church anyway. Brothers should know how to do it, how to reconcile these matters, right? This the contention was so bad it got reported by the entire family to Paul, right? You know?
Now this I say, every one of you say it. I am of Paul, and I of Apollos, and I of Cephas, and I of Marshall.
That's madness, right? That's madness. So you got these men, look, only listen to Paul. I come from Paul. Right? You ain't learned from Paul? Man, I met Paul, man. Paul was mighty, This brother ain't even meet Paul. He want to tell me what's going on, man. He's of Apollos. Who ain't he from out of town? Even a Jew, man. He's mighty in the scripture. He's not Paul. He said he come from Paul. He killed people, man. He murdered people, right? I come from Apollos, right? So you have this division going on. Then one brother said, I'm from Cephas, I'm straight from Peter, Ain't Peter over there? Oh, he kind of over there. But didn't Peter deny the Lord? Right. You come from a man that denied the Lord, right? So you had all types of madness and strife going on, right? Read on.
Is Christ divided?
Is what?
Is Christ divided? Was Paul crucified for you? Or were you baptized in the name of Paul?
Well, nothing, When you come into this truth, our names don't matter, Nobody came in this truth through us brothers up here, It's all the spirit of Yahweh Basham Shah, So that's why you can't take the brother and exhort a brother to Yahweh Basham Shah, Because every brother comes in through the faith and knowledge of the Holy Spirit sent to you by the Most High. But any divisions in the church, and this is a cardinal thing right here, This is cardinal. There should be no divisions in the church. Go to Proverbs, real quick, chapter 6 and 16. And that's why you have Matthew 18 and 15, where brothers know how to talk to brothers and reconcile the matter. And then you escalate it if necessary. When you get 2 or 3 witnesses, and then it's escalated if necessary, follow the protocol, and it's brought before the church. Any contentions that you have to convey that to that foresaid brother. Not to this brother. Why you choose a color right now? Right? That's wickedness, You go to Zakar, and you talk to him one-on-one. Right? Now, there are certain matters we will say that if a matter is, if there was a situation, we're not going to go into it, we have to be immediately escalated just for the safety of the church. Right? For the safety of the church. So if a brother commits a heinous act, or he threatens his brother's life, yeah, you can talk to that brother one-on-one, but that's something that brothers should know about so they can resolve that matter. Read that real quick, Proverbs 6 and 16. Dealing with the spirit of contention and division in the church.
Chapter 6 and verse 16. These 6 things do the Lord hate. Yea, 7 are an abomination unto him. A proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that divides wicked imaginations.
What?
A heart that divides wicked imaginations.
That's a deceitful contention, brother. Y'all don't pick these brothers
brothers in Atlanta against some brothers from Detroit. Yeah, you know what? I got an idea. I'm gonna text you call, and I'm gonna say something to you call, right? And then if you call, I'm gonna have the call phone, and I'm gonna text the brothers from Detroit, right? Then I'm gonna step up and I'm gonna do the job. That's wickedness, right? That's wickedness. So that's a heart that divides wicked imaginations. I got this new doctrine I was learning, right? The fifth book of Maccabees. Right. And let me show you this. I don't let them brothers know. They ain't gonna be able to handle it. You'll get it. You'll get it. I always like you. Here, let me show you fifth Maccabees. That's wickedness, bro. Try to flatter the brother. Say, don't let these brothers know they not on that level. Here's this doctrine right here. That's wicked imaginations, but that causes division. Doctrine, hatred. Read on.
Feet that be swift in running to mischief.
Read.
A false witness that speaketh lies.
And that's another theme, the false witness. Go on.
And he that soweth discord among brethren.
What's going on in Corinth?
And he that soweth discord among brethren.
That's the worst thing that you can do. You sow discord and you plant seeds of confusion amongst brothers, and you cut brothers against one another. You cause brothers to hate each other for no reason, huh? Right? You're sending messages with secret numbers and using AI and screenshots and damn planting seeds of confusion and pulling brothers to the side. And you got this group chat with these three guys, then a group chat with two of those guys, and then another guy, then a group chat with all of the guys, and you just causing confusion, huh? Don't let nobody know this our group chat. Right? This is the elite group chat. We're going to kind of really kick doctrine in here. Right? So that's sowing discord among brethren. That was going on in Corinth. So doctrine causes division, huh? If a brother brings another doctrine contrary to the spirit of power, that has to be addressed. That can't be entertained, and it can't be welcomed with open arms. Right? I'm not an open-minded brother to the words of Yahweh. Right? The world teaches it's okay to be open-minded. You gotta hear them out. Just hear them say people. Just hear them out. No, we're not hearing them out.
Right.
We heard the Lord through the prophets and the apostles. Huh? You don't have to hear out every matter. Huh? Some matters are swift rebuke, correction, and you escalate. Huh? And this brother, he's saying we can eat pork. Huh? So you see, that's why division and doctrine. There's a go to 1 Corinthians 14:40. There's a way to handle these matters. Corinth, all hell was breaking loose in Corinth. All hell was breaking loose. 1 Corinthians 14:40.
1 Corinthians 14 and verse 40. Let all things,
Let all things
be done decently and in order.
All things, even disputes, even oughts in the brotherhood. Not just you and your wife being in order, or cat being in order. It's even altercations. They have to be done in order. They can't be done in haste. It can't be done with emotions. It can't be done with pride. All things, even strife and divisions, they have to be done in order. Huh? Right? So if you do it out of order, what's going to happen? That's the perfect word. It's going to be confusion. And it's going to be madness, and you're going to spread a fire in the body, in the house, that could easily be quenched with the knowledge of the Most High. Right? So if there are divisions in the body, brothers have to address it in order and in wisdom. Don't go to 5 other brothers. I just want to know what you think about this. Huh? What you think about what these brothers did? What you think about what these brothers did? Would you do that to me? Right? Yeah, I knew you wouldn't do that. You're a mighty man. Right? Hold that. That's wickedness, huh? Robbing brothers, paying brothers, it just causes confusion. Go back to first
Quick precept. Let's go to Shabbat chapter 28, and we can start at verse number 12. Right, that murmuring and backbiting spirit, man, that overthrows congregations, that overthrows nations, man. Right. And as mighty men of the Lord, you have to be able to see that when you hear it, man. We're not playing the telephone game. I hear one thing from Malcolm. I got to run and hurry and tell the riot, and the riot go and tell the boss. Next thing you know, 1,000 brothers been hurt, man. As men of the Lord, you have to cease from all confusion and contention, man. That's our job as being in this body, is to not add room for Satan. Not give room for Satan to devour what the Most High has brought together. What the Most High has brought together, let no man put asunder. That's speaking of marriage, but that's also speaking of his brotherhood as well. Right? Because we're married to Yahweh. Right? He's the husband. So we have to treat the church as his wife. You got to make sure it's beautiful, adorned in nice pearl, adorned in beautiful raiment. And that requires every brother in here to do that. Where you got it, bro?
Sirach, chapter 28, verse 12.
Right?
If thou blow the spark, it shall burn. If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched. And both these come out of thy mouth.
So if you add fuel to the fire, if you blow a fire that's just barely getting started, it's going to burn down this whole damn building.
Right.
And you can use wise words, you can cease and cause that fire to be down. Right? All these come from the mouth. Right? The tongue is a flaming fire. Right? And not many can control their tongue. Not many have that ability to not add fuel to the fire. But all these come from the tongue. Keep moving,
Curse the whisperer and double tongue.
do what?
Curse the whisperer and double tongue.
For what?
For such have destroyed many that were at peace.
So the Lord doesn't want to whisper in a double tongue. Somebody who gets information and the first thing they do is run swiftly to the next man to cause confusion and strife. That goes back to reading Proverbs 6. The Lord hates that type of man. And it's not just that type of man, that type of woman as well. Right? Those silly women who are made and going house to house, causing division. I know that this man is doing this, talking to this sister and talking to that brother and this. All that causes confusion and it brings down strong nations. Right? It's like going into Jerusalem and there's no gated city. Right? Anybody can just walk in. Any whiff of doctrine or any whiff of confusion or rumor can overthrow that whole congregation. I think one more. You got it, right?
A backbiting tongue hath disquieted many and driven them from nation to nation.
Right?
Strong cities have been pulled down and overthrown the houses of great men.
Right.
A backbiting tongue have cast out virtuous women
Right.
and deprived them of their labors.
Right? So that 1 ounce of folly that you allow to come out your mouth can make all your work seem like naught. It's dust and dirt. Right? Because you allow that small amount of backbiting, confusion to be uttered out of your mouth, and you done caused the whole building to burn up. Right? So all of this comes from the mouth, and that's what is going on in the world. A lot of murmuring, a lot of chit-chat, a lot of talebearing, a lot of running fast to just get the information out. I got the tea. That's what they call it, the tea. Right? I'm going to spill the tea, and you're going to get all this tea. Right? So all of that still goes on in Israel. Why the hell do we know what's going on in other congregations?
Right.
Right? Because people are so quick to spill the tea and to add fuel to the fire. It just be that social media, it just want to be it girls. Men in the truth who talk are it girls. Right? You need a skirt on. Where's you got?
And a blouse.
Right.
Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 20.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse number 20. Brethren, be not children in understanding.
Read it again.
Be not children in understanding.
What children do, man? They cry, they murmur, right? They run to and fro, they're easily offended. You don't want to be in a church and be like a child, man. You got to know how to take rebuke, man. Certain men don't know how to take rebuke. They stomp their feet, they upset, they run into the next brother. What do you think about this? I think this was unjust judgment. What Amos and Aquam and Gabar told me was off. What do you think? They're easily offended, man. You don't want to be a child. Right? Read that again.
Brethren, be not children in understanding.
Right? Meaning what, man? Your judgment and your understanding should be predicated off of the Most High, not your emotions. Read.
Howbeit, in malice be children, but in understanding be men.
Right? In understanding, you got to be men. And you got to put your emotions, your feelings, and whatever's going on to the side and put the Most High's judgments, his understanding first. And when you do that, that's how you show yourself a man. We're not thinking after our emotions. That's what women and children do, right? Let's go to the book of 2 Corinthians, right, chapter 12 and verse 20.
2 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse number 20. For I fear, lest when I come, I shall not find you such as I would, and that I shall be bound unto you, such as you would not, lest there be debate.
And nobody want to hang around a brother that want to debate all day, man. That's not a sincere spirit. If a brother come around me and always trying to debate me, I don't perceive that as a sincere spirit in the Lord, man. I'm telling you, trying to catch me lacking. I had a drink, I'm in myrrh. Hey, brother, what's this going to right now? Then he stick out the camera, man. Then he start recording. He said, look at why he had too many. That was to overcome. Well, I had a brother, he kind of kneeled down one time. This was years ago. And
said what this is going to, and what this is going to. At 1 o'clock in the morning at a feast day, man.
Yeah. Wow.
So I mean, brothers had that debate type spirit, and brothers got to perceive that's not zeal, that's in the wrong spirit. All zeal isn't the right zeal, man.
Right.
Making your 4-month baby damn fast is the wrong zeal, man. Right? Having your children watch 5 hours straight of a breakdown they have no understanding in is not the right zeal, man. Right, read that again, King. You're going to overthrow yourself.
For I fear, lest when I come, I shall not find you such as I would, and that I shall be bound unto you such as you would not. Lest there be debates,
Right? Debates and confusion.
envy,
Right? Envyings, man. Whatever a brother blessed, whatever the Most High blessed the brother with, all praises to the Most High, man. Jealousy is going to overthrow a lot of brothers in this truth, man. Whatever the Most High blessed that brother with, you coming against the Most High, predestination, and the mercy the Most High gave that brother just for what? Preeminence, glory, hatred. But all of these spirits are coming against the Most High for blessing that brother. Read.
wrath,
Wraths.
strife, backbitings, whispering.
Right? Nobody wants a whisperer, man. It's one of the most evil things you could be is a whisperer, man. You're liable to tell God knows what. You're just hanging around eavesdropping, man. Taking whatever you heard to the next brother. Read.
Swellings, tumults, and lest when I come again, my God will humble me among you, and that I shall bewail many which have sinned already, and have not repented of the uncleanness and fornication and lasciviousness which they have committed.
Right, so this church was dealing with a lot of spirits.
Right, and also to money back, right, on what the brother brought out. Like 1 John chapter 4 and verse number 1. Beloved, we believe that every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. Right, so you can have many people, like brothers with fringes, like with beards, right, a so-called sister with a hair wraps, you know, that claim themselves as prophets and so-called, right, men, right, women, they may try to touch you, right, bring doctrine, like, bring certain questions, right, just to see what you may say, just to start debates, right, and start the confusion, right, and bring forth spirits that may overthrow you. Which why the Lord said to try every spirit, like by the spirit, like whether they be of the Most High, which prevents like certain confusions and certain dangerous spirits that may keep up in the church. Now, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and 1.
Right? So this was they had a lot going on in this church, right? They had weapons and some arms, man. They was offending one another, they was walking around with feminine hair, man. They had men up there, it was madness going on, man. Food, sacrifice to idols, eating in front of the brother, and people that commit fornication, nobody said nothing about it, and laughing about it. It's absolute madness in this church, right? No integrity, right? Bring that up.
1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 1. And I, brethren, cannot speak unto you as unto spiritual, but as unto carnal, even as unto babes in the shop.
I mean, I couldn't get deep with you like I want to, right? I have to take it slow with you. Want to load up, read on.
I have thanked you. No,
I have what?
I have thanked you.
We
No,
don't give you the basics.
and not with me,
Right?
for hitherto ye were not able to bear it, neither yet now are you able.
So something was blocking it. So these demons we're about to read about are blocking them from understanding, right? If you have a hard time understanding particular things, dark sayings, parables, allegories, bread, even the honey of the scriptures, right? Certain things in the scriptures, rather from Genesis to Revelation. You have to ask yourself, why can't you get it? I'm praying, I don't get it. Watching the video the third time, I don't get it. For some reason, I don't get it. Maybe there's a demon blocking your mind, prohibiting you from excelling to the level where you could be. Let's see these demons that stop the church correct from being on a particular level.
For ye are yet carnal. For whereas there is among you envy,
As we read earlier, envy, jealousy, right? Desiring what another brother has instead of getting content about what the Most High gave you, huh? Right? Damn, they want that 1,000 pieces. 1,000 pieces. Just as mighty as he is. 1,000 pieces. 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 I'm been studying too. I need to show everybody what I know. Right? Who cares, brother?
Right.
Right? Do you, brother? Do this, maximize the talents the Most High gave you. You know?
And strife
Right? Strife, that's arguments,
and division.
right? Divisions.
Are ye not carnal and walk as men?
The Lord said,
Are ye not carnal and walk as
if
men?
you have envy in your heart, strife in your heart, divisions in your heart, you'll never grow in this shit, right? You'll never grow. You'll be one of those people on YouTube saying, this is why I left the Hebrew Israelites. All they did was teach me to hate myself. Right? All they did was get on the platform. Right? All they did was this. They never grew. All those people, they never grew. They never came out of the baby stage, right? Right? They came out, maybe they learned a few things, watched the videos, but there's envy, division, pride, secret sins, folly in those spirits, and they never grow. Those people never, ever grow. And you see them, and they're the same level they was 5 years ago. Still got a debate spirit, still got a strife spirit, still got a folly spirit. Well, you've been in this thing 10 years, bro. You got gray hairs now. Walking around with your finger in your nose on Passover, saying, "I want that." But it's dead blood, man. That's complete madness, man. Strife and debate and confusion. Right? Now go to 1 Corinthians 5 real quick. So you got to examine yourself. Now remember, real quick, we'll read that. The Apostle Peter said in 1 Peter chapter 2 and 1 about being newborn babes. Right? Actually, look at that.
First Peter.
So these are spirits, these are demons that can be over you, stopping you from growing in the knowledge of the Most High. And you don't know what potential you can absolutely reach, right? And you hanging on to these spirits. And stop befriending these spirits, right?
Right.
A lot of people, you accept these as just who you are, right? Bring that up.
First Peter chapter 2 verse 1. Wherefore, laying aside all knowledge,
Malice is like violent hatred when you want to put hands on a brother. You punch holes in walls. You throw stuff in the house. Right? Go on.
and all guile,
Guile is what? Deceit. Right? Trickery. Go on.
and hypocrisy,
And what?
And hypocrisy.
You got hypocrisy. You got brothers that they feign themselves. They like the idea of what an Israelite should be, and they mold themselves to that, but they're really not like that. It's just a mold. It's just a shell of what you think an Israelite should be. And when you go home, when you're behind closed doors, you're doing God knows what, huh? Tell his brother, read today. Brother, you only read one chapter this week, huh? Make sure brother's fast. Brother, you haven't fasted in a month, huh? Right? So that's hypocrisy. You know, you're teaching people that can't do the work of the Most High, and you got to do this, and you're small for it. Read.
and envy,
And what?
And envy.
Envy keeps coming up. That's a real demon. Huh? That's a real demon. Envy, what happened to King Saul? Destroy him. Huh? And envy leads to what? Covetousness, emulation, what else? Murder, hatred. Right? So if you don't tackle that envy, you're going to end up doing something, man. That's going to get you in a situation you can't come out of. It's going to add more leaven and more leaven to you. You have to check that spirit ASAP. Right? Read on.
and all evil speaking,
And all evil speaking, backbiting, murmuring, whispering, slandering, go on.
as newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
And you may what?
That ye may grow thereby.
You can't grow if you got these demons on you. You got these spirits on you. The church isn't going to grow. The body isn't going to grow. Rather in Detroit, Atlanta, the whole body, it's not going to grow if you entertain these demons and accept these demons. Right? You can't accept these spirits in the church. They must immediately be removed. God?
So let's go to Romans chapter 1 and verse 28. Well, Romans 1 and 28. And that's the important thing about coming in as a newborn babe. You got to forget everything that you knew in the world. Because everything you knew in the world is an enmity unto the Lord. Right? There's no pleasure that you should find with the old man coming back. Right? It shouldn't be fun to smoke weed again. You should hate the smell of weed. Right. It shouldn't be fun to commit adultery. You should hate that heinous action. Right. It shouldn't be fun to do the things that the world sees as pleasurable and honorable. Right? That's the importance of why the Howard Shah said come as a newborn babe. Because newborn babes want to soak up all the knowledge they can. Fruits of the Spirit, fruits of the Spirit, fruits of the Spirit. It's like when kids were in elementary school, they got them little gold stars. Right? We always in elementary school. We remember that.
Right.
Kindergarten, you got a gold star, they put it up on the board.
Right.
Man, you were smiling for days, you get cookies and all that.
Right.
We got to come spiritually and get these gold stars, man. By doing the things that the Lord commanded us to do. Right? Bring that up, man.
Romans chapter 1 verse 28. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge,
So these people knew the will of the Lord. They didn't retain that knowledge of the Lord. They found it grievous. They found it hard to forsake old friends. They found it hard not to associate with old family members. Right? As they didn't retain the knowledge of God,
the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind.
that's a mind that is void of judgment. You're void of what happened by breaking these commandments. Yeah, you know, if I break the commandments, I'll die, but you don't understand the true fearful judgment that can come from the Lord. Yeah, even people in the world know that God can come with fire and brimstone, but they don't know the extent of it. That your eyes are going to consume in their holes. Your tongue is going to melt in its mouth. Right? The Lord can have you ripped limb from limb. Look what happened to Jezebel. Right? That's a fearful judgment. Right? The Lord gave them over to a reprobate mind.
To do those things which are not convenient,
That's a broad thing to say. Things that are not convenient. Right? Things that are not convenient are, shoot, you going around untying brother's shoes. Lord give you an untying a brother's shoe spirit. Right? Father, text your brothers later and make goofy questions. Right? Those are things inconvenient. Things that aren't profitable to the ministry. Things that are not profitable to your salvation. Right? Let's see what these things are.
being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication,
Right?
wickedness,
Uh-huh.
covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents.
Now, if you read this list, all these are like a ladder. One after another, one after another, one after another. Because you can't be a backbiter and not be deceitful. You can't have debate and not be full of envy and maliciousness. Right? All that comes hand in hand. Right? Without understanding. It's like you got this.
Without understanding,
So you don't have understanding. If you have understanding, you understand that the fruits of the Spirit allow you to be patient, long-suffering, bearing one another's burden. Things that a brother is supposed to do. Things that we don't wear Genesis 4 and 9 on our back for no reason. Right?
covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who know the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death. Not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
So that's the whole damn church of Corinth. Right? And those are the brothers who fall out the truth. Right? Who get on the vocab Malone show. And talk about this is how you debunk the Israelites.
Wow.
Who call other brothers fake Israelites because we don't agree with your foolish breakdown. Right? Who say F this brother in the truth because he made a post about you.
Wow.
Right? These are the things that come forth from being proud. Come forth from just outright hating, man. Unmerciful. You know how much unmercifulness you have to be to say F a brother on a platform that everybody's watching?
Right.
Next thing,
He said he mean that.
he mean it. Next thing you know, I'll say F the brother out of nowhere because that spirit done hopped on me. Then we got a whole diss track that's going around in Israel. F this brother. That's how the spirit goes, man. Little by little by little by little, boom. Now you can't contain it. Now you can't contain it. And that fire is spread everywhere.
Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 18. Go to 2 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 18. And this is what envy and hatred get you. Agree there.
2 Samuel chapter 2 and verse number 18. And there were three sons of Zebaiah. Then Joab, Abishai, and Asahel.
Right, so you have Asahel, Abishai, and Joab. Read.
And Asahel was as light of foot as a wild roe. And Asahel pursued after Abner, and in going he turned not to the right hand, nor to the left from following Abner.
And the brother may have did you wrong, now. May be that Abner type of evil spirit. May have killed one of your family members. May have hurt you. Right? May have been talking about you. But God knows what. And this man's mind was get revenge, right? He hated him. So he pursued after him. Read.
Then Abner looked behind him and said, Art thou Asahel? And he answered, I am. And Abner said to him, Turn thee aside to thy right hand or to thy left, and lay thee hold on one of the young men, and take thee his armor. But Asahel would not turn aside from following him.
But he would not turn aside. You don't want your mind made up to hate a brother, bro. Your mind made up to get revenge, come back against his brother, smite his brother, kill his brother. That's an evil spirit. You know?
And Abner said again to Asahel, Turn thee aside from following me, wherefore should I smite thee to the ground?
And he getting a warning too, bro. Right? He often got warned multiple times to turn aside from following this man. But his envy, his hatred, and that spirit of get back was on him so strong. You know?
How then should I hold up my face unto Joab thy brother? Howbeit he refused to turn aside.
Read it again.
He refused to turn aside.
He refused to turn aside. You may get counsel. Brother may rebuke you. You may read the scriptures, but none of that's sitting right with your spirit. Because you got 7 demons on top of you, bro. Telling you to hate this brother. Telling you F that brother, bro. I don't want to be around this brother. All because of that spirit that's within you. Or you may get all of these warnings, admonitions, and all of these things the Most High is warning you with, you take no heed to. You know?
Wherefore Abner, with the hinder end of the spirit, smote him under the 5th rib, that the spirit came out behind him, and he fell down there and died in the same place. And it came to pass that as many as came to the place where Isaiah fell down and died stood still.
Right?
Joab also and Abishai pursued after Abner, and the sun went down.
All right, so like you read 24 again.
Joab also and Abishai pursued after Abner.
So now it's a trickle down effect, bro. Now all hell was breaking loose. You know, smoked your brother. Now you get other brothers involved to try to smite him, bro. So if a spirit hop on this brother get taken down. Now that's my man right there. You know what? He was wrong. We held counsel together. Not just like Amos said, that spirit will hop on the next brother, and now everybody following after that same demon. Right? Read verse 24 again.
Joab also and Abishai pursued after Abner, and the sun went down when they when they were come to the hill of Ammon, that riot before Giah by the way of the wilderness of Gibeon.
Right, you don't want to have a spirit that corrupt had, that man worshiping, following spirit. You got to be a man. You got to say, you know what, this is wrong. No matter who it is, what they're talking about, what doctrine they're coming with, how close you are with a brother. You don't want to intermingle or intertwine your emotions with a brother to judgment in your house by Shemiyah. That's very important, huh? You get overthrown. I know this brother, he's not that bad. Man, brother just had too many drinks. But yet you hit this brother with a judgment and you kick him out the church. You want to make sure your judgment isn't into mine. If they were physical brothers, they may not have had this judgment to pursue after this man. The man said, hey, blood was shed, you out of line, you out of order. Hey, look, man, you should pray. You know what? I heed to this counsel. Because their emotions were involved, they got overthrown. Let's go to 1 Corinthians 5. So that from first spirits, division, strife, contention, envy, they can't destroy the church. All right, it segues into the next spirit. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 1. It is reported commonly. It is reported commonly.
Every damn day. Every week. Everybody keeps bringing this up. You know, you get junk mail. Just junk mail. Paul kept getting epistles, right? Right? About what's going on in Corinth. Right? It is reported what?
It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you.
It's happening, man. It's not like a one-time deal. Everybody knows about it. There's fornication. Read.
And such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles.
Even the Gentiles don't go this far, right? Even Moab, Ham, a Canaanite, right? Don't even go this far at times. A Canaanite. Read on.
That one should have his father's wife.
That what?
That one should have his father's wife.
You want to pop his father's wife, right? Here's
your new stepmom. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Right? When you going to work? Right. When you going to work? When you going to work? Right? What you mean, son? When you going to work, Pops? I'll be out in a minute. Yeah, all right. Read that again.
That one should have his father's wife.
So you, this brother, he wanted his father's wife. You know? Go on.
And ye are puffed up.
And they are what?
And ye are puffed up.
Look at that, damn, man. You know? All crazy, man. I want it. You know? How'd you do it, man? Looking, not looking. Right? That's what it means, puffed up, man. You know how Jake had that wicked talk, man? Right. That wicked, foul, demonic, barbershop, bragging, lust. Yeah, folly talk, huh? Yeah, I would have came this way, huh? You said that shot, I would have did this. Yeah, read again, they were puffed up, read that again. So, if there's wickedness, people shouldn't be all puffed up about it, huh? Man, that brother committed adultery, man. Crazy, man. How you do that? Get that brother up, man. Get that brother the mic. Right? That's what they was doing in Corinth, huh? This is the actual demon. A puffed up and wickedness demon. Read it one more time.
And ye are puffed up.
Not anymore.
And ye are puffed up.
It was puffed up. Like somebody pull that up in the Greek Bible show. Pull that word puffed up. Right. Puffed up. Sin should not puff up a brother. A brother should be mad, man. Right. Let a brother come here talking about, yeah, I laid down with my father's wife. Come here and smile when you drink, huh? You might, that'll make you get calm, huh? Yeah. That'll make your brother get hot, huh? Brother told you, I just committed adultery with his brother's wife. Right? God did it first. Right? Bragging about it. Never bragging about it, right? So this is a wicked church for you, huh? Right? You got to go.
G 5448, Facio, right, which means to inflate, make proud, to inflate, make proud, haughty, right? So to puff up, make proud, to be puffed up, to bear oneself lawfully, be proud.
So there was egging them on, huh? Asking stories, huh? Right? Reminiscing. Read on in 1 Corinthians 5. 1 Corinthians 5.
Come. It reads, and ye are puffed up, and have not mourned. And have not rather mourned that he that hath done this deed might be taken away from among you. Read. For a verily is absent in the body, but present in spirit, have judged already, as though I were present, concerning him that have so done this deed. Read. In the name of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, when ye are gathered together in my spirit with the power of our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to deliver such a one unto Satan.
Everybody can stay.
To deliver such a one unto Satan.
To deliver such a one unto Satan means cast him out the church. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Right? Anything outside of the church, that's grounds for Satan. That's Satan's playground. Right? Anything without, anything outside of the body, that's where Satan dwells at, and he'll devour. So you have to cast that man into Satan. Read on.
For the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved in the day of the Lord Yahushua.
Like they had to throw Jonah off the boat, huh? It had to been done, huh? Or they was all going to die, huh? Right? Sometimes somebody got to get thrown off the boat, huh? So everybody can make it, huh? Sometimes you got dead weight, you got a brother that's off, a brother that's wicked. It's not, depending on the level of sin that you've done and the severity, there's nothing you can do except get rid of that brother. There's only so much talking you can do. There's only so much counseling you can do. There's only so much, fasting you can do with that brother. Eventually get to the point where you've done all you can do. You've exercised as much love as you can for the brother and mercy for the brother. Eventually, good brother, right? Especially you have sex, you lay down with your father's wife, son, and you bragging about that brother gotta go. Huh? Right. Adultery, you gotta go, huh? Fornication, you gotta go, because again, that let me back, that demon can hop on me, huh? demon hop on my woman, right? Right? That's what you opening the door for Satan. Then you hop on his brother. Now every brother looking at every brother's wife at the next feast day. And all of the wives looking at the husbands. And then they all intermingling and nobody's going to rebuke anybody. And everybody, here's your car keys, here's my car keys. They're all getting the bowl, switch the bowl up and taking fringes off and wickedness happens. Yeah, all hell could break loose, man. Right? All hell could break loose. Turn to a damn party Passover. Read Bob one more time.
To deliver such an one and to Satan.
To do what?
To deliver such an one and to Satan.
Men got to get delivered to Satan. What did Joshua do to Achan? Joshua, right? He cast him to sea. He stoned him. They ain't just stoned him. Then they stoned his family. And not just his family, his oxen, his asses, his cattle. They took his tent. They burned it with fire. They purged that wickedness 1,000% out the camp. That's what you have to do at times. Sometimes the arm got to get amputated. Oh, that's my arm. Let me just talk to it. Put a band-aid on it. No, sometimes you got to cut the arm off. Or that cancer going to spread in the whole body. You can't put a band-aid on something that got to get amputated. Or you can't amputate something that needs a band-aid. But a physician makes that judgment. Right? So brothers have to make sure if these sins up to death and high level of sins, they can't be entertained. They can't be puffed up. They have to be immediately removed from the body. Paul wasn't even there. Right? He said, but I'm there in the spirit. That's an easy call. Deliver that one into Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved. Right? So another spirit they had was the spirit of enabling. Do not enable brothers. Right? Do not puff up brothers and their sins and take it lightly, or will overthrow the church. Right?
Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 1. We're going to start at 18. 1 Timothy 1 and 18. That's very important. Brother Orion, he always touched on it. You can't let your emotions and love for a brother overthrow your judgment. Right? Because you're not a judge then. Right? A judge can't be sitting there with a gavel in his hand. He see his brother, he just throw it out the window that he's a mass murderer. Right? Your judgment cannot be overthrown because of your emotions, man. Right? Emotional attachment, man. And it's hard to shake that. That's a hard spirit to learn to get, man. But sometimes you gotta learn to divide between the two. Right? The division between the two is key to making sure everything runs like a well-oiled machine. Right? Bring that up, boy. About to show.
Now, the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1 verse 18.
Right?
This charge I commit unto thee, son Timothy, according to the prophecies which went before on thee, that thou by them mightest war a good warfare, holding faith and a good conscience,
Right?
which some, having put away concerning faith, have made shipwreck.
So you gotta have a good conscience to be able to war against these things. Right? Nobody in this room is not subject to demons trying to hop on. They're not subject to Satan coming in and disrupting the feast day. Right? It's a thing called a Sabbath day demon. How many times you done dealt with hell on the Sabbath day? You and your wife that got into it. You done lost your car keys. You dropped your phone and your phone split in half. Right? That's a Sabbath day demon, but you can't let Satan get that advantage over you. Right. You can't let Satan get that victory, man. Right? It's a long battle. Man, the battle's going to be from morning to morning, morning to morning, morning to morning, man. You got to have that good conscience to know that. So what if you lost this battle? Satan came up and caused you got the spirit. The Lord grants you another day. You're going to keep warring. Right? Keep going, okay?
Of whom is Hymenaeus and Alexander, whom are delivered unto Satan, that they may learn not to blaspheme.
So sometimes you got to, like the brother said, you got to deliver one to Satan so they can learn the lesson that they do is contrary to what the Lord has to do, man. Because if you're blaspheming, that's within you, man. You go to Mark chapter 7, and let's start at 18. Right? These actions that we're reading about, it's within you. Right? It's not something that you saw on TV and it just happened out of nowhere. No, these demons fester deep inside your spirit, and they in your heart. Right? If you want to commit adultery, that's deep inside your heart, man. That's all what they call it, your medulla oblongata. It's all the way in the middle of your brain, man. You just can't shake that demon. You just itching. It's like you got hives. You got to get that scratch, that perfect scratch, so you don't scratch no more. Now let's go to Mark 7 and
Mark chapter 7, verse 18. And he said unto them,
started 18.
Are ye so without understanding also? Do ye not perceive that whatsoever thing from without entereth into the man, it cannot defile him?
Right, so that's like you eat spoiled bread. Right, yeah, you might get sick, but it's not really going to defile you. You're going to pass it, right? You may throw it up, but you're still going to be the same person, right?
Because it entereth not into his heart, but into the belly, and goes out into the draught, purging all meats. And he said, that was coming out of the man, that defiled the man.
And that's the thing that you have to take note. There's certain things that brothers say, right? There's always truth in a joke. There's always truth in a joke. If a brother is joking about adultery, you gotta mark that brother. Bring it to leadership. Then run away from him, man. Don't the scriptures say pass away? Man, if somebody wicked is in front of you, right? Keep going, okay?
It reads, for from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts, adulteries, fornications, murders.
Right. So this stuff doesn't go away. Yeah, you can come into the truth. Yeah, you can fast. Yeah, you can pray. But if you're a week, you're gonna be a week. And you're a 10, you're gonna be a 10. You can only fake the front for so long. You can only pretend to be righteous for so long, right? A wolf can only be a sheep until he starts to growl, until he smells land. The next thing you know, he starts. That's the same thing with wicked men. Those men who can't purge those evil spirits out of their heart. So out of their heart come all these evil things. Adulteries, right? The man who was sleeping with his father's wife, man. That's in his heart, man. He couldn't shake that. Even if it wasn't his father, it was going to be somebody else. Right. Somebody's wife was on the chopping block. He was roaming, going house to house, examining dresses and all that, man. That's a wicked man inside his heart, right?
Thus, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, and evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness, all these evil things come from within and defile the man.
So all these things defile you because you're not going to be able to shake it. If Satan is on you like that and the Lord doesn't see you fit to be the light, no amount of whatever you do is going to change that because only the Lord can make that when it's crooked straight. And that's why all of us are in here today. Because we was walking on that crooked path and the Lord plucked us up out of the midst of all this darkness and allowed us to walk on that straight and narrow path. But there's going to be, Lord forbid, and he's like, man, there's going to be men who can't get rid of that crookedness because the Lord doesn't want them to. They're going to go back to the same action. And guess what they're going to? In the hands of Satan. This brother's kids are my kids. This brother's kids are my kids. My kids are all y'all kids. So it's important that we raise up a village in righteousness. So if you got any intent that's contrary to what we're trying to build with the foundation being that chief cornerstone, you got to be called to Satan.
Right. Let's go to 2 Corinthians 8 and 16. And you want to speak highly of your brethren, man. When brothers here WF5, you don't want to have any blot or wickedness attached to that, man. We all represent the Most High and each other. So if this brother's diligent, he's on fire, and you have a fornicator and a demon in the church, that could block the whole name. Right, bring that out, King.
2 Corinthians 8, verse 16. But thanks be to Yahweh, which put the same earnest care into the heart of Titus for you.
So the Most High is going to put in a brother's spirit his will. A brother, you can't fake being diligent. You can't fake wanting to travel. Like the brothers are going to, you only can be fake for so long, man. Right. The Most High put it in Titus' spirit to want to travel, to check on these churches, man. Brothers don't want to travel just to see the damn palm trees. I've never been to LA before. Right? You just want to film his damn story. Or look for women. Or God knows what, man. Right? Read that again.
But thanks be to the Most High, which put the same earnest care into the heart of Titus for you.
Right? You got to care for the church. You know?
For indeed, he accepted the exhortation, but being more forward of his own accord, he went unto you.
Unto his own accord, man. It got to be in your mind to care for the brothers, man. Got to be in your mind to want to go to camp. But brother texts where the hell brothers at. He heard you put on your prints. Put your boots on. Then you come up to camp. Damn, 2 hours late. Was that really in your heart, man? But brother got to threaten you with suspensions, threaten you with burdens. Is this really in your spirit? These are things you got to examine. Read that again.
For indeed, he accepted the exhortation.
And a lot of brothers don't accept the exhortation. They hear it, it go in one ear, out the other, they back in their sins. Read.
But being won forward of his own accord, he went unto you.
Right?
And we have sent with him the brother whose praise is in the gospel.
We have sent with him the brother whose praise is in the gospel. They didn't send with Titus a nigga, man. They ain't sent with Titus a slothful, man. A jokester. He always joking. He's the fool of the congregation. He didn't sit with that, man. If you're going to war, you want that man that's going to bear that buckler, that armor, that sword, that helmet. He's going to go to war ready to die for you, man. Right. If you're going to go on a mission with a brother, you want to go with like-minded brothers that's on fire for the Most High's will. Read.
Whose praise is in the gospel through all the churches.
Through all the churches. He had a good report. You can't just up and do something. This man's report was so well, it said, look, he got to go with Titus. Read.
And that only, but who was also chosen from the churches to travel.
In the ancient world, they had to have like a council. Who's willing and ready to travel? Because this man is slothful, right? He don't ever have his house in order. His name stink. He can't travel, man. He might put spirits on a brother in the ride. Right, they on the trip, and they on the ship, right? He got a sleeping demon, or a slothful demon, or a hatred demon, an Indian demon. Not all the other men of God are corrupted, man. This man was voted in, highly elected by the churches of God to travel with these men. Read on.
Chosen of the churches to travel with us with this grace, which is administered by us to the glory of the same Lord and declaration of your great mind.
So it was a high authority and a high reverence for the church to commend you, right? Right now, you know, brothers get a good name like that in Israel. They make a couple videos. They hold camp 2, 4, 5 times. Right? They get on Clubhouse. They beat a Christian, right? Which is easy to do. Right? They go viral on one video. Now he's the elect. Now everybody praising his brother, right? It was hard to get a good name in the ancient world. You had to have many travels, many good deeds, and the whole church had to do that, right? It wasn't just 4 brothers that commended this brother who he got a good name out of nowhere. Right, read on?
Avoiding this, that no man should blame us in this abundance which is administered by us, providing for all these things, not only in the sight of the Lord, but also in the sight of men.
Right, read more. Go ahead.
And we have sent with them our brother, whom we have oftentimes proved diligent.
Read that again.
And we have sent with them our brother, whom we have oftentimes proved diligent.
Too slow.
Prove diligent.
He ain't want to trouble.
Prove diligent.
He proved this man diligent, right? Right, stop commending brothers. That's why we have a prospect program. Like the brother's going into, my kids are his kids are my kids, man. You want to prove a diligent brother over the affairs of these matters. Right, read on?
Oftentimes prove diligent in many things.
No, just coming to camp.
In many things.
In alms, in charity, in love, in forgiveness, right? And taking care of the church. Not just coming to camp and wanting to teach, man. There's more work to be done other than that. This man was proved oftentimes, right, in many things. Right, read on?
But now, much more diligent upon the great confidence which I have in you.
Right?
But if any do inquire of Titus, he is my partner and fellow helper concerning you, or our brethren, be inquired of. They are the messengers of the churches,
Right?
and the glory of my shop. Wherefore shew ye to them and before the churches the proof of your love and of our boasting on your behalf.
Right, so that just goes to show you how you have to have a good name amongst all churches. And let's go to 2 Corinthians 11 and verse number, let's start at 3. Right, so these are different spirits in the churches. Right, 2 Corinthians 11 and 3.
1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse number 3. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in a Mashiach.
Right, because it was a demon that was going in the church of Corinth to overthrow them through subtlety.
right? Many, you know, false apostles.
For if he that cometh preaches another Yahushua, whom we have not preached, or if you receive another spirit,
Or if you what?
or if you receive another spirit,
If somebody come preaching another Yahushua, a different doctrine, a different spirit, a spirit of folly, a spirit of wrath, a spirit of damn madness, right? Read.
which ye have not received, or another gospel, which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
No, they might rebuke him.
Ye might well bear with
They
him.
was dealing with this, right? They just accepted all types of demons in the church, right? Any spirit that came, they welcomed with an open heart. And they bear well with it, right? You don't bear well with an adultery, right? You're not supposed to bear well with a brother that says that, you know what? I'm starting to think that Yahushua is the Most High in the Old Testament. I'm starting to think that Yahushua is the actual perpetual Virgin Mary, and he didn't have a father. He's starting to think that we're not even Israelites. And this isn't even, this is American Jerusalem. Right? You know what I'm starting to think? And then brothers entertain that, huh? Right? You can't bear well with these demons. Read on.
For I suppose I was not a wit behind the very chiefest apostles.
That's sarcasm. Jump to verse 12.
Now, verse 12. But what I do, that I will do, that I may cut off occasion from them which desire occasion, that were in their glory, they may be found even as we.
Right, he's speaking about false apostles that travel to the church of Corinth. Read.
For such are false apostles.
Who's going in there?
For such are false apostles. Deceitful workers, transforming themselves into the apostles of the Mashiach.
So you're going to have apostles on the right-hand side, and you're going to have apostles on the left-hand side, right? You don't want to have a spirit where you accept every apostle, right? You tuned into this, and you got notes or the breakdown from this brother, but then it contradicts the notes you're watching from this brother. You heard a brother on Clubhouse breaking down this way, and you added that to your notes. Then you heard this brother from this congregation said this way, and you broke it down that way. And you've got all this confusion going on, huh? You don't know what to believe. You binge watch this cat for 3 hours. Then you binge watch this cat for 6 hours. Then you was on Clubhouse for 9 hours. Then you was in this debate room for 12 hours. And then you was at camp for an hour. And then you left camp to watch it. And you're just confused, huh? Because you entertain any apostle in any spirit. And it overthrew the church of Corinth. That's why you have doctrines. That's the number one reason why doctrines creep into the Bible. Right? Read that again.
For such are false.
And this brother broke it down like this. I heard on Clubhouse he really broke it down like this. Right? I think that the Corinthians are really the Romans. Right? Because this brother said this. Right? Read that one more time.
For such are false apostles.
And Paul had to call them out, huh? Right? You know?
Deceitful workers, transforming themselves.
What?
Transforming themselves.
Transform themselves, huh? Put fringes on, they'll get a beard, make a cap, right? They'll learn a few breakdowns and get out there and call the name, the menorahs of Israel, something like that, huh? Right? Have breakdowns going on and all types of matters, huh? Read.
Transforming themselves into the apostles of the Mashiach.
Read.
And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light.
Everything ain't what it is. Stop entertaining everything, huh? And then eating all of the bread from all these different apostles. You want to get overthrown. Right? They even tell you when you go to strange lands and other countries, you can't eat that stuff, huh? You can't drink the water in Mexico, huh?
Right.
You can't drink the water in India. The proverb says what? Drink water out of what? Your own cistern, huh? And running waters out of your own well. Let it be thine own and not the stranger's with you, huh? So if you get caught up and you're eating everything from these different tables, and you entertain it and accept it, you're going to get overthrown. And I always tell brothers, if you get caught out there, that's on you. Right? If you get caught out there, that's on you. Right? So read on. Okay.
That's the reverence of another thing causing you to fall, man. Because you watch this brother all the time. Now his doctrine to trip you up, maybe at odds with the king. Right? You didn't contend. You let that doctrine eat you up because you love to watch so and so. What you say, the Menorahs of Israel? The Menorahs of Israel's video. The Menorahs of Israel's video because you love the leader that can't cause you to fall. Right? That's the reverence of another man causing you to believe a doctrine that Satan laid out. Real. You know what I'm saying?
Come. Therefore, it is no great thing if his ministers also.
If it's what?
If his ministers also.
Not just demons in the third heaven. There are men on the earth who know that they're Israelites, who are the direct ministers of Satan. And they're on the earth now, huh? And they're going to and fro. And they work directly for Satan. Read on.
His ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness. Read. Whose end shall be according to their works. Read. I say again, let no man think me a fool, if otherwise, yet as a fool, receive me, that I may boast myself a little.
You know, that's what Jake say when they say, look, stop playing. That's what the Apostle Paul said. Stop playing. You can only talk so much about a brother for so long. If a brother can hoop and you keep saying, man, you can't hoop, man, you can't do it, man. I done me, I cross you up, I do X, Y, and Z. He might bear with it for a minute. Yeah, all right, I hear you, brother. And the brother in your face, now, man. Making videos. All right, brother, it sound good, man. Right? Then you do it again. Hey, eventually that brother gonna say, give me the ball. I'm out the butt. He gonna talk his talk, man. And after every shot, he gonna talk his talk, man. He gonna hurt you, man. Right? You too little. You too small. Get your weight up. He might call you out your name, huh? That's what Paul is at this point. Paul's so humble, but eventually, man, you know what I mean? Humbleness got to go out the window. You know? The Lord said to everything there's a season. And the time, you can't be humble, brother, just slapping you in the back of the head. Brother, right? Brother, ain't no please stop out. No, man. Brother, hold up, chill out, man. Oh, brother, right? Ain't no brother spirit, man. It's so humble, his damn hair about to fall off. Right, read on a little bit more than that. Read on. Read that again.
It says, I say again, let no man think me a fool.
Stop playing with brothers, bro. You gotta let him, hey, look, I'm not going for that. Stop bringing that doctrine in, bro. I'm not a fool. You really want me to believe them just because the Menorahs of Israel, right? And they said that Yahweh did have a father, you want me to believe that? You have to be confident in the knowledge of the Most High. Right? All of us have knowledge, huh? We are all brothers in this classroom are sharp, huh? So stop letting brothers just manipulate your mind, huh? Right? Read on. Not saying that's happening to any brother directly in here, but you know, that's happening in Israel. Read on.
If otherwise, yet as a fool receive me, that I may boast myself a little.
Right. Now I gotta start boasting.
That which I speak it not after the Lord, but as it were foolishness in his confidence of boasting.
You didn't want to do this, man. You don't want to do that to a brother sometimes. You don't want to embarrass a brother, man. You know, you don't want to dunk on the brother in front of his wife and children, man. Wow. Right? And then hand the basketball to his son, man. Say, hold that, man. You don't want to do that, man. Well, a brother might push you to that, huh? Right? Read on.
Seeing that many glory after the flesh, I will glory also. For ye suffer fools gladly.
For ye what?
For ye suffer fools gladly.
Watching everybody being entertained.
For ye suffer fools gladly.
You suffer a fool gladly. You let a fool just say anything, you just suffer. You deal with it, you accept it. Go on.
Seeing ye yourselves are one.
Read.
For ye suffer if a man bring you into bondage.
Man overthrow you, man, with a doctrine and bind you to Satan. You deal with it, you accept that. Right? Now you believe this and that. Read.
If a man devour you.
Brother, rock you, man. Devour you, man. Read.
If a man take of you. If a man exalt himself. If a man smite you on the face.
Talk about that. If a man what?
If a man smite you on the face.
The Apostle Paul said that, man. You would let one of these dudes come and just beat you down, huh? Backhand you. And you're so simple, you just take anything from anybody.
It was a video of Michael Jordan slapped one of his teammates that he was over. He kind of just took it. He took his head down. Right? And brothers have to have a level of one more real quick precept. So like 33 and 20, right? Quick precept.
Sorry, what? 33 and verse 23. At the time when thou shalt in thy days, verse 21. For better it is, verse 19. Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest. And give not thy goods to another.
Give not thy what?
Give not thy goods to another.
What are your goods? His wisdom. His knowledge. Huh? And there are brothers that get overthrown by their own wives. They come in from camp, their wife say, have a seat. And he take his boots off, huh? And say, right there. Right? He just put his boots right there. And this happens. And I got this doctrine. Just like that. So the brother get down, here we go again. It ain't no here we go again, huh? No. Right? I'm starting to think that this is this, huh? Right? What do you say? What does your precept say? Right? You ain't got none, right? And then the brother can see, I can see what's the doctrine, right? And he started taking notes, huh?
It was an instance, this is some years ago, maybe like 6 years ago, you probably remember. It was a brother out teaching and his wife was there, right? His wife snatched the mic and started teaching. The brother took a step back. His wife started getting on Israel.
There's another video, just sit down. You have the wife, and she was reading for her husband, right? So she was reading for her husband, and then the brother said, I can't fix that precept again. And she said, I got the precept. And she started taking up, she fixed her hand, right? She, did this and started taking over the rest. And this is live. Read that 33 and 19 again.
Sorry, right? Chapter 33, verse 19. Give not thy son.
Give not thy what?
Give not thy son and wife, thy brother and friend, power over thee while thou livest. And give not thy goods to another.
Don't give your spirit to another. Read.
Lest it repent thee.
Now you repented.
And thou entreat for the same again.
Read.
As long as thou livest and hast breath. Indeed, give not thyself over to any.
Give not thy what?
Give not thyself over to any.
Read.
For better it is that thy children should seek to thee than that thou shouldest stand to the curse.
Right, here's the last one.
In all thy works, keep to thyself the preeminence.
Keep to thy what?
Keep to thyself the preeminence. Leave not a stain in thy honor.
So brothers have to have some self-respect. That's what the apostle Paul Sirach said. Have some dignity about yourself.
Right.
Challenge things when things don't make sense. Ask questions. Contend it. Put it on trial. Examine it. Scrutinize it. Put it under the microscope. And have some authority. You know the scriptures too. You got knowledge too. Right? So don't get all overthrown by men and you just suffer it and bear it with it. The brother kick you in the back and say you're not an Israelite anymore. You say, okay. Right? Brother said you're a Canaanite. You just go for it. So you give him your shirt with your fringes on, you go back to the world. Have some honor and self-respect when the doctrine of Yahweh flash your shots on the rock. Come.
Let's go to Galatians chapter 1 and verse 6. And that's exactly what the Apostle Paul told the church.
Galatians chapter 1 and verse 6. I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of the Mashiach unto another gospel.
Right, and that's what brothers kind of say through the Spirit, man. I marvel that silly doctrine caught you, man. Been in the truth 5 years, 3 years, and you let this brother down overthrow you, man, like a thief in the night. You know the doctrine. You know what to understand. All right, read that again.
I marvel that ye are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of the Mashiach.
So, I'm going to say something. Don't let popularity overthrow you. Just because the brother got damn 50,000 views doesn't mean anything, man. That does not assert his authority in Yahweh Shem Yahushua. His following does not assert the authority of the Most High. Right, read?
From him that called you into the grace of Mashiach unto another gospel, which is not another, but there be some that trouble you and will pervert the gospel of Mashiach.
You gotta watch out for those sneaky brothers, man. Right? The 5th book of this, the 9th book of that. The purple book is glistening. Right? You just pull this book out of nowhere. Right? Like a rainbow. Look at that. It's shining. Trying to look at what the hell is that? I had a brother come up to me like 6-7 years ago. He said, "You see that name in the Bible?" Then I looked at it. He said, "It's nowhere else in the scriptures." And he went like that. He said, "Where's the precept?" Then he crossed his arms, man. Like yeah, so the book's out here, man. So you know, so brothers will try to get over on you in this thing, man. And if brothers don't know something, bring it to leadership, man. Right. Stop trying to seek out and madden out you on the internet all night. I want to look at calendar. And then Satan then got you right down the rabbit hole. You into this book, go into this doctrine, you into this camp. Next thing your mind is overthrown. Right, read?
But though we or an angel from heaven preach any other gospel,
right, though we or an angel from heaven, man. So a brother's going to listen to a wicked angel that's going to come down and give you God knows what, man. Right? You got to rebuke the angel, man. You got to be ready to rebuke anybody. And the Lord rebuked Peter, man. Right. It got to happen, man. The Lord didn't let his emotions overthrow it as PD's the head of the church. You know, I'm going to give everything to him. He got the keys. Right? Whatever he loose is going to be bound. Whatever he bound, he's going to be loose. Right, read on.
Preach any other gospel unto you, then that which we have preached unto you, let it be a curse.
Right, let that man be a curse. You can't be afraid to tell that to a brother's face, man. Right, brothers respect authority, man. Nobody's going to respect that calm, docile brother all the time, man. Sometimes you got to tell the brother, "Hey, I'll you off, man. Right. Get that away from me, man. Right. I'm not in the spirit to hear that, man. And get the hell away from me from that, man." And brothers got to see what type of spirit you in. You that type of brother that's always quiet, 9 times out of 10, Satan's going to take advantage of that. Read on.
As we said before, so say I now again, if any man preach any other gospel to you, then that he have received,
right,
let him be accursed.
Right, let him be accursed. One more, read.
For do I now persuade men or the Most High?
Right, read it again.
For do I now persuade men or the Most High?
Who are you persuading? What do you want this truth for, man? Notoriety, right? Men blowing you up and making you some type of prophet. Do you care about what men think of the Most High, man? You rather be that brother that's alone with integrity and a prophet and truth, or a brother that's accepted by the congregation? Right? It doesn't matter, man. You can't follow a wicked multitude to do evil. Right, I got one more. Let's go to John, right, chapter 9, and let's start at verse number 19.
St. John, chapter 9.
Start at 18.
St. John 9 and verse 18. But the Jews did not believe concerning him, that he had been blind and receiving his sight until they called the parents of him.
First you had the Pharisees, you had the Jews, you had certain men, they didn't believe, right, that Yahushua had healed the blind. So now they want to see other witnesses and call it his parents.
Until they called the parents of him that had received his sight.
Right.
And they asked them, saying, Is this your son, who ye say was born blind? How then does he now see?
Right, so now they're questioning the parents on if this actually happened. What's the deal? Right, you know?
His parents answered them and said, We know that this is our son, and that he was born blind, but by what means he now seeth, we know not.
Right, read verse 21 again.
But by what means he now seeth, we know not.
That's all, right? They knew the wonders of Yahushua. They knew the miracles that the Lord could do. But through fear of men and being accepted, they said, "Look, we don't know how this happened, right?" Right? They putting their hand over their mouth. We don't want to disrespect men, the authority of the church, the Pharisees, the Jews, men of renown. So they cover their mouth instead of speaking up and telling the truth. Right? Read.
Or who hath opened his eyes?
Right, that's all.
We know not. He is of age. Ask him, he shall speak for himself.
Right, so we don't want to be in his judgment. We don't want to speak up and tell the truth. Right, read.
But, these words spake his parents Because they feared the Jews.
Because they what?
Because they feared the Jews.
Don't be like these parents, man. You are afraid to speak up in righteousness. If Yahushua did some, all praise to the Most High, man.
Right.
We're going to speak the words of Yahushua.
Right.
I don't care if it goes against the doctrine of all Israel, man. Hey, the hell with wicked Israel. You got to defend the truth, man. Right, read verse 22 again.
These words.
I'll be damned if a brother cover his mouth and Yahushua did a miracle, man.
Right.
Just because it ruffles feathers of other men. Right, read on.
These words spake his parents because they feared the Jews.
You can't fear any man.
Sorry. For the Jews had agreed already that if any man did confess that he was a Mashiach, he should be put out of the synagogue.
And who cares, man? Well, we ready to get put out of the wicked synagogues, man. We ready for righteousness. And you got to have that type of mentality. If it's a brother bringing in God knows what, that brother has to be brought on trial. That brother has to be examined. That brother has to be got on, man. And nobody's going to bridle the mouth of the elect and praising Yahweh Shah. Come?
God. Let's go to the book of Jude, verse number 3. Right?
The book of Jude, chapter 1 and verse number 3. Grace be with you, mercy and peace from Yahweh the Father and from the Lord Yahweh Shah, the Son of the Father, in truth and love. I rejoice. Jude 1 and 3. Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that ye should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints.
And this is Jude, this is the brother of the Lord exhorting you to contend for the faith. Right? You got to be able to fight tooth and nail to stand 10 toes down for the doctrine you learn. Right? In the guidelines, if you bring another doctrine, you're supposed to be kicked out of the congregation. So that should make you think 3 times, 7 times, 70 times, 7 times. Is this really worth losing the brotherhood? Because I know if I get in that lion's den, now brothers may not know about the lion's den. The lion's den gets heavy, man. It gets heavy. All those explanations that don't have precepts, you know, we eat, humbly speaking, we eating it up.
Right.
Like the brother said, you might just dump on the brother in front of his kids.
Right.
But Kimberly Lamar said sometimes you gotta pop out and you know how it goes. If you bringing the doctrine, you gotta go 10 toes down because brothers is confident in the spirit that Yahweh Shah put upon us in his understanding. So again, Kim, ready to die for the doctrine that we know. One more verse, Kim.
For there are certain men crept in unawares.
So there's certain men whose only position is to be an agent for Satan, to devise wickedness and evil thoughts and just outright evil, to deter brothers from staying on the path of the truth. You got brothers who are black vocab Malones, right?
Right.
You got the Dr. Umar Johnson. You got people who come into the truth whose sole purpose is to come in unawares. They come in the most humble, they bow all the way down, they salute you, they forehead touching the ground. Right? It's men just like that.
Who were before of old ordained to this condemnation, ungodly men, turning the grace of our God into lasciviousness and denying the only Lord God and our Lord Yahweh Shah.
So their sole purpose was to deter you from making it to the kingdom of heaven. They don't know that. They don't know that them coming with you with a doctrine is their sole purpose of being on this earth. But that's the just balance of the Lord. You got the servants on the right hand side, you got the servants on the left hand side. So you got to contend for this faith. You got to be able to fight tooth and nail if somebody come at you with a doctrine. Talking about Yahweh may not be from the tribe of Judah. I heard that he's from the tribe of Dan. It's wild doctrine. And they come every year or two. Every 3 years, they just recite over and over and over. So brothers, be sharp. Don't be afraid to ask. You're not hard to get in contact with. Right? I mean, shoot, you hit this brother up, he'll answer. You hit me up, I'll answer. This brother answer. But follow the chains of command. Because the brothers who the Most High put over you are able men who have understanding. I have no doubt that this brother, that brother, the brothers over there will be able to answer these questions through the Spirit. If not, you got a multitude of brothers who will fight that doctrine with you.
Precept. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 16, or in verse 22. If any man love not the Lord, my shot, let him be anathema maranatha, right? Meaning that if there's any brother, any spirit that's going to come into the church, or looking at down to see all things that is contrary unto the Most High, right? It says, let them be accursed. Right? Let those people or those men to be cast up, right? And set aside to Satan, right? Let those spirits, right, that are going to play with the church, right, overthrow the body, right, and cause harm and destruction to all the men, women, and children, right? Let those spirits be without that and be accursed, right? Because Paul said that these men, that they need to be avoided, right? That for the destruction of the flesh, right, that the spirit may be preserved, right? Romans 16 and 17. Now beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them. For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahweh Shah, but their own belly, and by good works and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple, right? And just plainly, and dealing with the church of the heart, or dealing with these spirits, man, where it's envy, the strength, this doctrine, but all these spirits, man, they deceive the mind of the simple, man. And which these spirits needs to be removed out of the church, man. Right? That Satan may either destroy them, or they may learn that the blasphemy. That
Whom yashal?
Whom yashal?
Whom yashal?
Whom yashal?
Whom yashal?
Whom yashal?